You see it in the news constantly, right? The alliance between the United States and Israel. It's a major force in global politics, and it always brings up a really fundamental question.
Just why are these two countries such incredibly strong allies? I mean, what's the glue that holds this 70-year partnership together so tightly? It's a great question, and a complicated one. And in this explainer, we're going to dig in and unpack it.
So what's the secret sauce? Is it a shared history? Is it all about cold, hard, strategic interests? Or maybe the answer lies in American domestic politics? Well, the truth is, it's not really any single one of those things. It's actually a powerful and pretty complex mix of everything. To really get a handle on this, we've got to go back, way back. The story of this alliance doesn't start today, or even during the Cold War. It really begins in the shadow of World War II.
Okay, so picture this. The world is reeling from the absolute horror of the Holocaust, and out of that, there's this huge international push to create a safe homeland for the Jewish people. That momentum led the brand new United Nations to propose a partition plan in 1947. A year later, in 1948, Israel declares its independence, and, in a move that was just massive, the United States was one of the very first countries to officially recognize the new nation. That moment was the first crucial step.
But hold on. Recognizing a country is one thing. A full-blown strategic alliance is something else entirely. The birth of Israel immediately sparked wars in the region, like the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. And what surprised a lot of people was that Israel proved to be incredibly effective militarily. That started to change how Washington saw things. This wasn't just a new nation, it was a really capable potential partner in a very volatile part of the world.
And that leads us straight into the period that truly forged this alliance, the Cold War. This global chess match between two superpowers would take the U.S. Israel relationship from just simple recognition to an absolute strategic necessity.
During the Cold War, the world was basically split into two teams. You had the Soviet-led communist bloc, and a lot of Middle Eastern nations were getting support from them, and then you had the U.S.-led Western bloc. Israel firmly sided with the West, and that decision made it an absolutely vital ally for the United States. In a region where Soviet influence was growing, Israel was a reliable, democratic, and militarily strong foothold.
So, that's the history. The Cold War really laid the foundation. But what's keeping this alliance so strong today? Let's take a look at the modern pillars that are holding this whole thing up.
First up, you gotta follow the money. We're talking about military aid. The United States gives Israel more than $3 billion in military assistance every single year. Just to put that into perspective, Israel is the largest cumulative recipient of U.S. foreign aid since World War II. This isn't just a line item in a budget, it's the absolute bedrock of the security relationship.
And believe me, that aid is just the start. The partnership goes way deeper. There's shared intelligence, there are joint military exercises, and Israel gets access to top-of-the-line U.S. military technology. But here's the key. This is a two-way street. Think about the Iron Dome missile defense system. That was a project heavily funded by the U.S., but it relies on incredible Israeli innovation. And that technology, in turn, provides priceless data and defense capabilities right back to the United States.
Next, you really can't understand this alliance without looking at politics inside the U.S. There is a broad and really powerful base of support. This includes very influential pro-Israel lobbying organizations, a significant part of the American Jewish community, and, this is a huge factor, an incredibly strong base of support among evangelical Christians who often support Israel for reasons tied to their interpretation of biblical prophecy.
Now, beyond all the strategic stuff, there's this shared values argument. You hear this a lot. The alliance is often framed as a natural partnership between two democracies. And Israel's system, with its elections and independent courts, is pretty rare in the Middle East. That provides a strong ideological foundation for the relationship.
And finally, there's the diplomatic pillar. You see this most clearly at places like the United Nations. Time and time again, the U.S. has used its veto power on the Security Council to block resolutions that are critical of Israeli policies. For Israel, that diplomatic shield is one of the most important benefits of the alliance on the world stage.
So let's step back and bring all these pieces together. You have the historical roots, the Cold War strategy, the deep military cooperation, the domestic politics, the idea of shared values, and that diplomatic protection. When you mix all of that together, you get a relationship that is incredibly complex and, yeah, sometimes pretty controversial. So if you're looking for the one single reason that explains everything, you're just not going to find it. And that's really the main takeaway. The U.S.-Israel alliance wasn't built on one event or one interest. It's been woven together over decades from this blend of post-war history, Cold War geopolitics, shared military interests, powerful political support, and the idea of a shared democratic identity.
This alliance has lasted for more than 70 years. It's weathered huge geopolitical shifts, but as the world keeps changing, it leaves us with one final, big question. What does the future hold for this powerful and historic partnership?